June the 7th, 2024, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. It is almost 5 o'clock right now, and I am just now getting to today's video. I have yet to get to the comments from yesterday. I plan on, after I get done recording today's video and starting to upload, hopping on and replying to everybody's comments. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to everybody yet. It's been one heck of a day today, and I got up this morning. I've been gone all day long. It's been a really full day for me today. I'm just getting back home, and I came right outside to film. And what I want to talk about today, and one of the reasons that I want to talk about this today, is because of what I've been dealing with for the past 2 days. Yesterday, I filmed yesterday's video, and as soon as I filmed it, got it edited, and started to upload, I fell asleep, and I slept all night long. I was asleep, I don't know, it was probably like 4, something like that yesterday, 5, I don't remember what time it was, but it was really early. I fell asleep and was asleep. I woke up a couple times, but I was so tired yesterday. I mean, just exhausted. And that happens to me probably about once a week, where I just get to the point where I just can't function. I am so incredibly tired. And that's what I want to talk about today, is liver disease and fatigue, because it's a real thing that comes along with this disease. Cirrhosis, NFLAD, any of the liver diseases that are out there, fatigue comes along with it. And it can be really bad. I mean, to the point where it's almost impossible to even get up. I mean, it just weighs on you so hard. I mean, it makes you incredibly tired. And I'm sure any of you guys that are out there who are suffering with liver disease right now know exactly what I'm talking about. It gets so bad to where you can't even think right, because you are just so incredibly tired. And I did a couple minutes of research before I started to film today, and was looking into what causes the fatigue with liver disease, and they're not exactly even sure why the fatigue is associated with liver disease. They have some really good ideas of why that is, but they're not exactly sure. Our liver has 500 functions, and one of its functions is that it pulls vitamins and nutrients out of our blood. And when our liver's been scarred that way, we're not getting the proper vitamins and minerals and nutrients that we need in our body. Our livers also play a huge role in our energy production. There's this thing called the what's it called? It's the dawn phenomenon that happens with people with diabetes, where you'll wake up in the morning and all of a sudden your blood sugar will spike. And it happens to me quite a lot, to be honest with you guys. And what they say what's going on is that your liver stores sugar in it, and in the morning when you wake up, your body, if you wake up around the same time every day, your liver will start to release glucose into your bloodstream, trying to get you moving in the morning. It stores glucose in it. And there's lots of mornings where I'll wake up, my blood sugar's like 90, 100, somewhere around there, and then I won't even have anything except for some black coffee, and my blood sugar just starts to go up. And that's called the dawn phenomenon, because your liver's releasing the glucose in the bloodstream, trying to give us energy to get moving for the day. And with our livers being damaged, it's not properly releasing energy into our body, or glucose into our body. We're not getting the proper nutrients and minerals that we need in order for our body to function properly. The blood's not flowing through our liver properly at all. There's back pressure there. There's just a lot of things that come along with liver disease, I guess, that are attributed to fatigue. But I do know that, exercise and making sure that we're eating properly every single day really does help, with our energy levels. And I try to get out and, walk every single day. And another thing that I do that has helped me tremendously, and I didn't do it last night because I was asleep, and I'm sure it's got to do with one of the reasons I've been so tired today, is right before I go to bed at night, I will drink a protein shake to make sure that I've got plenty of protein for my liver throughout the night. And I found that if I drink a protein shake right before bed, when I wake up in the morning, I'm tired, but I'm just not as tired as I would be if I didn't drink that protein shake right before bed. And last night, like I said, I went to sleep really early. I didn't drink a protein shake before I went to sleep. And a lot of times if I do that, I'll wake up and drink one. But I just didn't last night. I didn't have an appetite. I just didn't really feel like drinking one last night. And I made it, that was a huge mistake. I should have just gotten up and made myself do it. And that's another thing too. With liver disease, you lose your appetite. Your appetite completely goes away, just about. Well, it did for me. I'm just never hungry anymore, and I get nauseous a lot. So, trying to eat, it's a task a lot of times. I mean, I really have to force the food down most days. I just don't feel like eating anything. I do not have an appetite. And I didn't have a huge appetite before all this happened, but ever since, I found out I have liver disease and I've been through all this stuff, my appetite has really, really, really gone away. And I'm sure that plays a huge role in the fact that, there are days when I get really tired, because there's some days where I won't eat most of the day at all. I'll drink my protein shakes throughout the day. And, I usually have a meal at nighttime. But there's days when, I'll try to eat, and I'm really trying to force the food down because I just don't want it. And, when you're really nauseous too, which I get nauseated every single day. When you're nauseous, that's the last thing you want to do is eat food. It's so hard to eat when you don't feel well, and you're trying to force the food down, and then after you eat, then you don't feel good after that. It's this repetitive cycle that you end up getting into sometimes with this disease. But like I said, fatigue is one of those things. I was looking at it, and it said that 50% of patients that have cirrhosis have chronic fatigue that is associated with their liver disease. So it doesn't happen to every single person, but at least half of the population that have cirrhosis do end up with chronic fatigue. And it's horrible having that. And just another reason why, if you're considering stopping drinking, please stop. You do not want to end up with liver disease and or what comes along with it, because I'm telling you, the fatigue that comes along with it is debilitating. Just getting up and doing anything, it just completely takes it out of you. You just don't feel well, and the tiredness that comes along with it. It really is. Just something as simple as taking the trash out it can seem like you're about to go do something like a really big job or something just to get the trash out. There are so many days where really simple tasks, they just drain me. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there. I've spoken to so many people on this channel who have told me the same thing, that they suffer with really bad fatigue with this. And like I said, it's just another reason why going ahead and stopping now. But once again, if that's something you're considering doing, if you are currently drinking, you've been drinking for quite some time, please consult with your doctor before you stop using, because alcohol is one of those things that if you stop abruptly, and you've been drinking for a long time in very large quantities of alcohol, it can cause serious problems. Delirium tremens, you can have seizures, you can lose your life by stopping. But there are medications that they can give you. The doctors can help you through it, and there are comfort meds that they can give you. There are things that they can help you with to decrease the possibility of you having a seizure. So please speak with your doctor and let them make that decision. Just going and quitting cold turkey sometimes is not a very good choice to make, especially if you live alone and that's something that you're trying to do. That could be very dangerous, especially if there's nobody there that could call 911 if in fact you do end up having a seizure or something like that. Please be careful if that's something that you're considering. But once again, once it gets to that point where you end up with that much scarring on your liver, it causes a whole host of symptoms that come along with it. And the fatigue is terrible. It really is. And there are days when, I'm not necessarily, that tired. I don't ever feel like I did before all this. I can tell you that. Never. I never feel like that any days. But there are days when I'm less tired or more tired. It just really depends. But I can say, honestly, that at least once a week, I end up just being just so tired. And I'll sleep majority of the day. I just lay in the bed. I can't get up. I just don't feel well. And my wife knows when those days are coming too. She can see it in my eyes. She can tell. And she'll tell me, why don't you just rest for today? And, I really don't like to do that. I hate laying in the bed. I hate watching television. I hate sleeping during the day. I do not like taking naps. I never wake up feeling right after I take a nap. I always feel weird. I feel discombobulated when I wake up after a nap. It's just, naps aren't something that I've ever enjoyed doing, but sometimes I have to because I'm just so tired. And, I'm wondering how many of you out there are suffering from the same thing. How often does the fatigue hit you like that? Is it every day, or are you getting it once a week like I do, that it's that bad? Like I said, I'm tired all the time, but at least once a week, it is just horrible. And just the most simple things just completely take it out of me. But like I said, our liver has so many different functions. It helps filter our blood. It helps with glucose regulation. There are diabetes medications that they give people like metformin, and that works with the liver. So our liver does play a huge role in our blood sugar regulation, and our blood sugar plays a big role in our energy levels as well. If you are diabetic and you get really high blood sugar, it will make you feel horrible. On both sides of the spectrum. If you have low blood sugar, it makes you feel bad. The one thing about having low blood sugar is that you can address it. If your blood sugar starts to get really low, that feeling, it right away. As soon as your blood sugar starts to get low, you start getting shaky, you start getting confused. The feeling, I know what that feeling every time it starts to come on. I just get this like really light feeling, shaky, confusion. And then when and all I have to do is just eat a little bit, maybe a glucose tablet or a glucose shot or something like that, and my blood sugar will come right back up, and it's easy to address. But when your blood sugar is high, it makes you feel horrible. It makes you really tired, headache, nausea. It makes you feel almost like you got the flu. And when your blood sugar gets high, it's not as easy to get your blood sugar down as it is to bring it back up. But our livers play a huge role in our glucose regulation in our bodies. So I'm sure that plays a huge role in the fatigue. And the thing is, guys, is that, this is not something that you have to end up with. And, if you have been drinking for a long time and, you might be able to stop. And, if you have fatty liver, that can be reversed. You don't want to end up with cirrhosis. I can promise you that. It's not something that's fun to have. There are just so many symptoms that come along with it, and that's why I'm here every single day talking with you guys, because I want to try to help and prevent as many people from getting this disease as I can. And I know there are certain, scenarios where, it's not related to alcohol, and, it's something that you can't help. But for the ones of us that, that we can, please heed my warnings. You do not want to end up with this. And, I've said, the ascites is the worst part, in my opinion, by far. And then I would say the fatigue that comes along with this is the second worst, and the nausea. They probably are right neck and neck with each other. But still, the nausea, the fatigue, and just everything else that comes along with it, it's just not fun. And like I said, that's why I do this every day, because I want to try to spread the awareness and let people know that it can happen to you when you're young. You do not have to be 70 years old, 60 years old to end up with cirrhosis. There are so many young people out there in the world that are ending up with cirrhosis right now. There's an epidemic right now that's happening. There are a lot of young people ending up with cirrhosis, and you can prevent it. And it just requires you to either drastically reduce your drinking or stop. And I would highly suggest that you just stop, after speaking to a doctor, because, you just don't want to end up in my shoes. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here today. I'm going to go ahead and get this video editing and jump on there and start replying to everybody's comments. Like I said, once again, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten anybody's comments yet. It's just been, the past 2 days have just been rough. And I'm going to hop on there this afternoon, right after this, and get those done. So thank you so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. And I really would like to hear from you guys. How do you deal with the fatigue? What tips and tricks do you have? I really would like to have a conversation about this, to see what what everybody else is doing in order to defeat the fatigue. Does exercise help you? What do you eat that helps you with the fatigue? Is there something that you do that maybe I've never heard of that helps? Because I'd love to hear it. It's something that I deal with pretty regularly. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching the video and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I make these videos every single day, and talk about all this stuff. I talk about alcoholism, liver disease, pancreatitis, all that stuff. Like I said, I'm here every single day because I want to spread the awareness and try to help as many people prevent this from happening to them as possible. Because I thought that it couldn't happen to me. I was one of those people. I thought it will never happen to me. I will not end up like that. And it did, unfortunately. So, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day today. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.